Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
If you hear loud female cat cooing in the background, our cat's horny, so
Did you have to say it like that?
they'll hear it.
Our cat is
She's not just in heat.
being obnoxious, and it's time to get her spayed. I thought that I still see her, because our male is neutered, and I had this bright idea. Well, since he's neutered and they're indoor cats, and they never ever, for any reason, go outside ever, we'll just leave her intact. And now I'm realizing, wow, this is why we should go.
She's literally begging our male cat, walking behind him with her butt up in the air, just ready to go. And he's like, he's so stressed out. He is so stressed out.
He's hiding. He's in there hiding.
He's hiding from her. He doesn't know what to do.
Like, I still see her as our sweet...
She's still walking around looking for him. She doesn't know where he is.
I still see her as our sweet little baby.
Oh, man.
And now she's just being gross. I mean, it's not gross. It's natural.
Wait until our kid is like a young adult. Come on.
What? Ew.
Walking around being gross.
Well, hopefully she's not going to walk around and be gross.
I was just trying to get the dog to lick her down.
Ew, yeah.
Gross.
Cats, you know what? I love cats. I love cats when they're not in heat. When they're in heat, or...
Once she get her period if you don't fix her.
Yeah.
She's not bleeding that bad. Not enough that we can see it.
Yeah. So this is a weird stream. So
it is. It's weird.
Aside from that, guys, good morning. We just wanted to throw out that disclaimer in case you hear weird, because right now she's being cute. She's just cooing.
She's just cooing, but she does like to do her loud meow
wow. Meow. Like, oh, she kept us up all night. That's why we're not like in tip-top shape this morning. She was meowing nonstop all night.
They even said I'm more lively than you today. Wake up.
Oh, I'm tired.
Wake up.
Here's the thing. Her loud meowing sounds like our child crying. So it's like middle of the night. I kept hearing something and I would like jump up thinking that our 6-year-old was yelling for me. But no, it's just our cat being annoying. So anyway, guys, it's all right, Bubbers. I know it sucks. He's hiding from her. So
he really is. He just went up and peeked around the corner to see where she was.
You want to get him? Do you think he should come sit with us?
Poor boy. He's so stressed.
So today we're going to talk about Facebook fan clubs as well as VIP groups. Because there's 2 ways that you can do a VIP group, or you can do both like I do, which is what I find to be the most successful. But in the meantime, while we've got about 6 minutes to hang out. First of all, sorry about the date on the email. Mr. Moore actually just got back with our coffee. So he hadn't left yet to get the coffee before I sent the email, and
I got up this morning, but I just spent all morning arguing on Facebook. So
yeah, so he went and got coffee, but before he got there, I sent the email, and that's what happens. So, and our coffee maker, for some reason, the back of it like exploded.
I think the water pump burst a leak.
I dumped
She was just standing there listening to water pour onto the counter and the floor. Like, I don't know what's going on. I put a lot more water in there than that. And there was it was under the fridge and like it was everywhere.
Have you ever poured too much water into like an old school coffee maker, not Keurig's? And you just, a little bit of water like comes out the back and you say, okay, I just overfilled it.
It didn't stop coming out the back though. And she just didn't know what to do.
What do you do? What do you do? It's just
you pick it up and move it into the sink. You unplug it first of all because electricity.
First of all, you stare at it and try to figure out why
this freaking woman, I swear,
why it's getting everywhere, and then you wait for your husband to come and put it in the sink. That's what you do, because I'll mess it up. I'll do something to it.
And she's the brains of this business.
I am. Well,
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. You're here for coffee makers and for getting the coffee, and I'm here to
literally any physical problem with anything.
Yes, that's your, and math.
Or things that are too heavy.
And math.
Or things that are too high up in the cabinets.
Yeah, I'm short, guys.
She's freaking short.
Like, you can't tell because he sits slumped in the chair. But if I were to sit...
I'm actually sitting up. I just have my chair on the freaking floor right now.
I'm only 5'2", which apparently is really short. I never thought that it was really short until I looked on Facebook and saw a bunch of like memes about people under 5'4" are midgets. I'm like, I'm 5'2". Am I like shorter than a midget?
Yes.
So apparently, and math, yeah,
midget.
I can't.
Midget.
I'm quoting Facebook. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to not be PC here.
Get her, guys.
Don't get me. I was quoting.
Call the PC police.
I'm shocked that you're short.
Call a 19-year-old college student. She said midget.
Wait. Stand up beside me.
But I just put my leg up.
Stand I'm itty bitty and I can't reach the top of cabinets and parallel parking. Oh, I don't even try.
They're all getting on you.
They are dragging stuff from the car to the craft fair.
You seem like you'd be tall.
No,
she's not. She's short.
One thing is, I'm very
glad. I'm not a big fan of tall women.
I'm very strong though.
To be with.
I'm very strong. I will say that for my size because we were bodybuilding for so long. Like when we carry stuff in from the car, I'm the one that has like bags all across my arms. He has to be careful because of his back.
Yeah.
Which he's still really strong.
I can still pick up heavy stuff. It's just I don't feel good like the day after.
Right. So anyway.
And usually I unlock the door and she gets it all before I get a chance anyway.
I'm 5'2", midgets unite. See, that's the thing. If we literally qualify, doesn't that make it an okay term?
Like, you're gonna have like Trump making a political address tomorrow about why you shouldn't say midget. You're gonna have your whole group saying midgets.
Everyone's gonna be so mad. You know
really, Mark? No. I just don't like being with tall women. It's not that I have anything against tall women. I've been with women taller than me. I'm 6 foot tall.
He likes towering over me like a Goliath.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm 5'6" and I'm the smallest in my family. She's pretty much the smallest in her family too. She's a dwarf.
I am the smallest of all, and which is crazy because my dad is like he's almost like 7 foot tall. My dad is huge. I don't know what happened there. Something weird. Anyway, all right, guys.
We still got 2 minutes. We
2 minutes.
For 2
minutes. Hanging out 2 minutes, man. And there's already 103 people. Is it?
We get like 30 seconds.
So,
to cuddle.
Are you here to cuddle?
Yeah. So we got 2 minutes, so that leaves like 30 seconds to cuddle.
You're so funny. Are you guys here because you really want to see the topic? Because or are you here because you want to hear us
talk like idiots?
Yeah. Like, is that why you're here? Are you here to watch me pick my nose on camera? Because that's what I've been doing for the last 10 minutes because my nose is running because I'm always cold. We just had the
shots. It's like a mini drink. We're many people. No, there's as much alcohol in a shot as like 1 or 2 beers. So no. Don't do it.
That's okay. We haven't, man, when's the last?
Little people should be drinking beer. They shouldn't be drinking shots.
We had drinks last weekend, didn't we? I had a fruity thing that was like basically
I had
juice.
A couple of beers. Why are you so excited about
because
that?
We never drink. And they're talking about alcohol and we always talk about how we never drink, but we did it. It made me feel really sick.
I don't drink so much that 2 short beers at a restaurant got me pretty lit, as the kids would say.
Pretty lit. Oh, Bubbers, is she bothering you? Come here. You want to do the stream with it? Here she comes. Go on. I'm going to have to scare her away. That way you guys don't see anything gross on camera. Okay, guys. Really want to figure out this Facebook group thing.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Yeah.
It's not the only thing that comes in small packages.
What? I don't know.
Hey, kitties.
You can't see her because she's on the ground.
She's on the ground with her butt in the air.
We're going to censor this scene back here. Oh my God. Thankfully he's fixed. Like he can't do anything. He's just sitting there, but he doesn't want any part of it.
Hey, fixed brothers unite.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Lubbers. It's bubbers.
Lubbers. Lubbers.
Not lubbers.
Lubbers. Bubbers.
Come here, fat ass.
Lubbers.
Lubber.
Blubber. He is a blubber, though.
He is.
He's a blubber boy.
He wants love.
All right, come here. Why don't you come up here? You stay on the floor, you icky little thing. You can shake your butt down there. She's twerking right now. That's what she's doing. This is going to be a terrible stream. Just throwing that out there. And we already have over 100 viewers. And it's
Say hello, bubbers.
Say hello. Say hello, bubbers. She's literally putting her butt in the camera. I'm just like hiding her butt. All right, guys. So let's talk about VIP groups now that we're censoring the cat from being icky and we're saving the male from being ickied on. All right. There's 2 ways to start a VIP group for your brand. And if you think, wow, I sell something really obscure, then a VIP club just isn't a good idea for me, then you are wrong, because VIP groups pretty much work for everyone.
What a douche. I'm going to sign out of Facebook real quick because I've been arguing about political stuff all day and it's not going to shut up if I don't. Okay, there we go.
Anyway, but pretty much any type of business can run a VIP group as long as you have the ability to create repeat buyers. And it's not even necessarily that, because even wedding groups can create big fanatical fan groups. So basically, sorry guys, I'm like really congested this morning. There's two ways that you can start a VIP club. I do both. You can have an email list and you can have a Facebook group. So they're two entirely different entities and you have to kind of treat them different. I hear her back there.
It's so distracting. It's nonstop.
Can you guys hear her? Let us know in the comments. She's just cooing.
Just nonstop.
Because she knows we have
because I have this one and he won't go anywhere now.
Yeah, he's happy. But you have to treat these as two entirely different entities. And what I kind of I see it as, rather than a funnel where most people, you talk about your marketing funnel, it's big at the top and then it's, small at the bottom. A lot of people go into the top of the funnel. And then, when they pass all the way through the funnel, that ultimately means that they have made that purchase. The more fanatical your following is, it's going to get denser into the funnel. But with an email list and a group, rather than seeing it like a funnel, I like to see it like an hourglass where you're constantly passing those fans between the two groups, from email list to Facebook group. So basically, when people join my email list, I send them an email that says, oh, the fun doesn't end here. I have extra giveaways and extra discounts and extra goodies and sneak peeks in my Facebook VIP club. Be sure to join that too, or else you might miss out on more. And in turn, in my Facebook group, I also make posts that say, oh, well, if you want to get this discount or my automatic 30% off, or, you want this sneak peeks for this collection, or if you want to be first in line to buy from this collection, make sure you join the email list because I'll notify you by email. So they're in both locations and you're not posting the same content in your group that you're sending to your email list, but you're teasing both and you're passing those fans back and forth. That way, okay, maybe they didn't see your Facebook post this week, but they got your email, or maybe they missed your email, but they saw the Facebook post. So you can kind of pass people back and forth. You just want to make sure that the content that you post is unique. Even if the message is the same, like you say, oh, well, I'm doing a collection launch and I'm posting sneak peeks. Just make sure that you're like putting different sneak peeks in that email than you're posting in the group. That way they have a reason to join both. The cat's getting really loud. Hopefully
she's upstairs now.
Yeah, hopefully she stays up there.
She doesn't know where this one is.
Let's see, Linda Sue, I can testify that work in progress pics do work for building sales because it worked great for me this week. Yes. The thing about work in progress photos is when people are really they're keeping up with a collection launch and they're seeing those work in progress photos and they're kind of trying to imagine what this piece is going to look like when it's finished, which you don't want to tease too much with these work in progress photos. You don't want to show too much because you got to leave a little bit to the imagination, but it gets them really, really hyped up to see what it's going to look like once it launches. So then, when you say, okay, these products are now available, they'll go to your shop, they'll see them all. And of course, if they're already in your shop and they've been following that collection for so long, they feel kind of attached to it. Like they've been following the story. The next step is to just buy. So I have a VIP list. I've run out of ideas to get them to buy. Only one person is a repeat buyer. We'll get into that in just a minute. I use work in progress pics on my Instagram. That's where I have the absolute most growth. But I also tease ones to my email list, just not the same. Exactly. Just make sure that you're not teasing the same. You can also post work in progress photos on social media. I recommend doing that as well. You just want to make sure that you're teasing different things in different locations. That way there is an incentive to join. So maybe show them, more or different work in progress photos in your group. So, sorry, guys, I'm like so congested. So let's talk about how to get people into these groups in the first place. First of all, if you have grabbed my ebook which is linked down below, the Handmade Alpha VIPs, my free ebook covers how to gain a fanatical following of fans on Facebook. Most of you guys already have that, but if you haven't, right when you join the email list, you get that free and it sends out automatically. But one thing that I don't mention in that ebook is when you are setting up your Rafflecopter giveaway, which is what I teach in the ebook, rather than linking your Facebook page, where one of the options on Rafflecopter is visit a Facebook fan page, don't link your Facebook fan page. Link your VIP group that you have on Facebook, and make it so they don't have to join, because it's literally just going to direct them to the group page if they're not a member yet. But most of the time they join. I know that that's kind of weird because they're not required to, but I think that something in their head says, maybe if I don't join, I won't get the entry. I mean, they'll get it just for visiting, but most people will join, especially the ones that you are really going to want in there, your target market, the ones who are actually interested in your product so much that they're willing to join that group. Those are the ones that you want in there, to begin with. So don't be afraid of people not joining. The ones who really care about your products are going to join anyway. Yep. And then another thing that I always do when I'm launching my collections is I don't advertise my shop link when I'm posting collection teasers. We talked about this a little bit last week with product launch. Our product launch Q&A. But when you post like a teaser for your upcoming collection, or you're teasing that your collection is coming soon, rather than linking your shop where that collection isn't live yet, rather than linking your shop, because your collection's not live, it doesn't matter if they go to your shop, what they're looking for isn't going to be in there anyway. Instead, link your email list or your VIP group and let them know, get on my VIP list, get in my group. That way I can notify you right when this new collection launches. So that's a really good way to get people both into your group and on your email list. But I wouldn't link both to a single post. You need to pick one or the other. And then once they're in one or the other, funnel them to the other. Like if you're going to do both the email list and the group, that way you can kind of pass them back and forth. So
Kendall said, for your VIP group, is that your shop Facebook page, or do you create a separate Facebook group page for that?
Not your Facebook page, your actual Facebook group. So your VIP group is going to be a Facebook group, not a page, because anybody can go to a page. A page is basically like a billboard for your restaurant, and maybe not. That's not a good idea. Your Facebook page is like a place to advertise. Your group is a place to chat. So think of your group more as like a little fan club, a forum, where people can actually talk about it, and correspond. Whereas your Facebook page is just its place to advertise. It's just, it's your page. It's only you can post there, and people can comment, but no one can actually really post there publicly other than posting on your wall. Whereas a group, it's open to discussion. It's just like the Handmade Alpha Facebook group, which if you're not a member of that, you need to be, because that's where all the fun stuff happens. That's linked below. But think of it like how the Handmade Alpha Facebook group is. I mean, there's a Handmade Alpha page. Did you guys know that? Probably not, because not that many people have liked it. It's Starla and the Handmade Alphas. But you see the difference? If you follow that page, that's just me talking about when there's going to be Q&As. There's not a lot of discussing. The group is an entirely different world. And that's exactly how your group should be for, your brand.
Somebody also asked, should it be private or public?
Private, absolutely private, because you don't want people to just, if you're keeping it under the veil of mystery, people are going to want to know what the mystery is, and they're going to join. But if it's just open I honestly recommend doing what we've done with our group, and like having guidelines that people have to agree to. Yeah, the Handmade Alphas. When they join your group, that has made stuff so much easier, because now when people sign up, they have to read 3 questions and answer them. And if I go through and they didn't answer them, yesterday, for instance, I declined like 13 people because none of them read anything. None of them read the guidelines. Right. And those are the people that end up spamming the group. And we had one person for the question post an advertisement for their shit. Yeah. Can you believe that? Like they didn't even take the time to see that they were in the group. They just took the question from the group
and posted their fucking ad in it. I'm sorry for the language, but it's so stupid.
So when you have, because
people are twats, just understand that. You need to definitely put guidelines on your page because people are not smart.
Yeah, there are a lot of people just they come into my key club and they post like their advertisements for their jewelry. I don't have guidelines for my key club.
They're not like us, and they're not like you guys. They think just going to every single group on earth and posting their crap is going to get people to buy. And we know that doesn't work.
No,
and we've tried it. I'm sure some of you guys have tried just randomly posting your stuff
everywhere.
Places. You're going to get like one sale out of every 1,000 pages you post on. It's not worth your time.
Yeah. So when you create your group, you have the option to make questions. I would make the questions like, how did you hear about my brand? Or like, what is your favorite thing about my brand? Because if they can't answer that question or, tell you why they're interested in joining, just make it one question. Honestly, we have 3 to join the alphas, but just
we're not really selling a product though.
Right. But that's,
obviously we have our course, but that's not
right. That's not even, I don't even,
that's not really the purpose of the group. We'll have a separate group for the people that are in the course. So
right. But like for the alphas, we just ask them, these are the rules. Do you agree to the rules? Type yes if you agree. And we still have spam get through. Sometimes people still, they'll agree.
Usually foreign people.
Well, yeah, I think
99% of the time it's foreign people
or bots.
Or bots. Yeah.
So
every once in a while we'll get like somebody from the US that'll do it, and they usually like message us a day later saying, "Why'd you delete me?" Like, because you're a dumbass. That's why we deleted you.
We never reply.
You can't read. Yeah, we don't reply to them. We just ignore them.
We actually don't have a lot of people who ask us why they got removed from the group. I think that most people who are actually real people, not the bots, like they know not to do it.
Well, the majority of people have started to ask us what's okay to post.
Yeah, and that's fine. You guys are allowed to post in the group. We just don't want you to hijack the group and just use it to advertise, because that's not what it's for. All right, so moving on. Love your t-shirt. Thank you. I got it from what was the Wicked Clothing, I think it was the name of it. They had all different like cute little shirts, but anyway. All right, so we kind of talked about hosting giveaways. That's down below. Promoting it whenever you have a new collection rather than promoting your shop link. Promote your group. It's going to turn over more sales in the long run than just promoting your shop, because you'll have all your fans, kind of in one area where you can advertise to them. And then the next one, obviously, we've talked about this a million times. If you're using MailChimp, and I'm sure that you could probably do it with like Aweber and the other email services, but I know for sure with MailChimp, when you have your final welcome email, make sure that you have an automatic discount code and let people know when they join your email list that the only way to get that discount code is by joining your email list. So for me, it's like 30% off for people who join my Key Club email list. And right when they join, it sends out automatically. And make sure that you have that set up to send automatically. When you create your MailChimp sign-up form and you go through all the different drop-down menus, one of them will say final welcome email. That's the one that you're going to be designing. But there's a checkbox that you have to check, like right under that says, send final welcome email. So make sure that that's checked. Otherwise it won't send out, and people won't get their discount, and then they'll be really mad at you. So
spring allergies are kicking in. My eyes are so itchy.
Yeah. It's been really,
oh my God.
It's been really warm here in Ohio though. It's been like in the 50s this week, which is really warm. So any questions?
We had a blizzard last week. Anyway,
let's check questions.
Yeah, there were a couple. Let me go back up through here.
And then we'll talk about what to post in your group.
Okay. When I use Rivalcopter, people comment, like, and share the post like they would on Facebook giveaways, but don't enter the giveaway. And other people I have spoken to seem to be confused on how to enter.
So that's going to happen. Some people just aren't going to read the directions. I wouldn't worry about those people. If they're not willing to read the directions to enter and they're just going to share it everywhere, then, yay, they're sharing it for you. You get some free publicity from all their friends. But they didn't enter. Then that's kind of on them if they're not willing to read the directions.
That's kind of like everybody getting confused with the Facebook stuff with all of their data and all of that stuff. Like, did you read the terms and conditions when you signed up for the website, or when you installed the app on your phone that says Facebook would like permissions to this, this, and this? That's what it's for.
I would, for your giveaway post, make sure, obviously, post a really good photo of the product that you're giving away. But then, like, above the fold where they don't have to actually click see more on the post, make sure that you have the link and big bold text and maybe like a bright emoji. I usually put some type of bright emoji next to it, like a fingers pointing, and enter here, right here, link here, enter this, and make sure that they're actually seeing that link. And if they can't find it, then
they're a lost cause.
Then that's their problem. They didn't want to read. So don't worry that much about it.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Just don't worry about it if they don't actually enter. All right. What up, Megan?
I don't think that's a question.
I had a customer this morning ask me if I made a special product. Funny thing is I have plans to make next month. So I told her to join my email list and send out an email when new products come out. Yes, we have that happen all the time.
Daily basis.
Where people are like, oh, have you thought about making this? And I'll say, you know what? Why don't you join my email list? And I might have something for you in like a month.
Most of the time it's for like custom orders, because we don't do custom orders right now. We honestly probably won't ever again. Unless you have the time. Maybe once the course is done and we actually have time.
Yeah, right now I don't.
But that's usually just run, Forrest, run. Maybe my target market is done. No. Here's the thing you got to understand about people, and I'm not going to quote South Park directly because they use bad words, but a quarter of Americans are stupid. Yeah. So just realize that 1/4 of the people that sign up to most of your lists are going to be kind of stupid.
I mean, they're just people who don't read.
No, that's not an exact number, so please nobody try to take that literal. But there are a lot of dumb people out there. Billions of people on Earth, and a lot of them are dumb. Yeah. So just keep in consideration that, like, you can put here's the rule. Like for our Facebook page, the rules are pinned to the top of the page, but people still do it anyway, even though it's the first thing you see every time you get
There's
on our
only
page.
2 rules. There's two, not like 50, 2. There's
so
2.
Yeah, just realize when you do contests or when you tell people to do a specific thing, anything like that, some people are just going to be dumb and completely ignore your statement.
All right.
Let's see here. Until I get more people in my group, 22 now, shouldn't I be posting more engagement posts to my B page? I've got 560 following my page.
Yeah, you should be posting engagement posts everywhere, though. That's kind of the thing about Facebook now. Yeah, you can advertise on your actual Facebook page, but you should be also tying that in with an even mix of engagement posts that actually encourage people to comment, because that is what is going to actually have you appear in more news feeds and timelines, because Facebook is going to deem your post as being more relevant rather than you just advertising. Facebook is moving away from the advertising and they're leaning more towards social interactions, which we did a Q&A on that 4 weeks ago. It's something about, is this the end of Facebook marketing? So if you missed that one, be sure to go back and watch that one. Let's see. No. Making sure that
How do you know the difference between a real person and a bot? A real person won't message you. A bot will ask you to come check out her pics on her cam page. I'm a guy, but
so usually a bot.
Stop. It's my fidget spinner. Go get your own.
Fine, I'll get my own. Usually,
this is what keeps me from scratching my beard so much.
So usually a bot, on what I notice on Facebook, and I hate to say it, but it's almost always going to be, and I am not saying that there are not authentic people like this, but usually what you see is a photo that is, normally we have a lot of, it looks like an Asian girl, but then you go to the profile and it says that it's a male, like a man's account, and there's no friends on the list, and there's no posts at all. And it's not because their account is private. There's just nothing there. And they joined like Facebook 2 days ago. That's a bot. In fact, we don't approve anybody who joined Facebook that day, unless it's somebody who we know, like they needed to delete their account and they told us like, hey, I'm deleting my account.
Another one, big one, foreign accounts. A lot of the times will like, if you just go to their feed, even if they have a bunch of friends and stuff, if you go to their feed, it's like all products that are really crappy in foreign languages, or if you go into their profile pictures
and not handmade products.
If you go into their profile, try not to scream in my ear, that hurt. Profile pictures are all different people. Like there's not one similar person in between any of the pictures. They're all just like different snapshots of different people.
Yeah.
Foreign ones can be the hard ones to detect because a lot of the times they'll make real profiles, get a bunch of friends that they don't actually know.
Like 8,000 people or something.
They'll post
crazy.
Random stuff like religious stuff and all of that crap you see all over Facebook.
They do it on purpose to make their profile look real.
To make it look real, but realistically, that's where the guidelines come in.
Yeah.
You make them sign up for the guidelines. Facebook is translated into every language on the planet. So if they can't read your frickin' terms and conditions, then they don't need to be in it. It's not a loss.
And keep your terms and conditions like simple. If you make the make a question to join, just make it really simple, but something that that they would have to answer genuinely. Like, where did you find me? If they don't actually type where they found you and they just type yes, then you know that you probably shouldn't approve them. All right.
Here. Now we have a bunch more questions and we're only 20 minutes in. I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
When you create a Facebook group, you have the ability to add members. Should you add members or leave it blank?
So
they still have to accept.
No, I think he means like when you first create the group, you add your friends. I don't recommend, if that's what you're asking about.
Yeah, keep your friends out of your business groups. Unless they're people that are involved in your business, keep them out.
Right, because here's the thing. You don't want to fill your group with people that don't want to be there. And I hate being added to groups that I didn't choose to be in.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you still have to approve your membership. You don't have to accept it. But you have to click like the agree or the little thing at the top of the page when you first go to it. But
you can add people.
We get comments all the time. All my stuff or all my people are friends and family. They like my pictures, but they don't buy anything. That's exactly why. Like, it's not necessarily unprofessional to have your Aunt Susie or whoever liking your picture and saying how pretty it is, but at the same time, it's not beneficial. Right. It's artificially inflating your group member numbers, and it's just you don't want your group full of people just saying, "Oh, this is pretty." You want constructive criticism, and you want real customer feedback.
Now, I will say that in the early days of business, it is okay to have a few of your friends in there. Like if you make a group and you have a few friends, maybe they're members of the Handmade Alphas. Maybe it's like your mom is like your biggest supporter and she talks a lot, and you let them know ahead of time, "Hey, I'm trying to make my group more engaging by starting discussions, but no one's talking. Would you mind coming into my group and, just kind of talking it up with me for a little bit and starting discussions to get the group going?" Because when I started out, I had a lot of community members who already knew me, so it was easy for them to start discussions. But for some of you just starting out, it's going to be a little bit harder. So if you have that really close friend who does like your products and they know enough about it that they could actually contribute to the topics, just for the sake of getting the ball rolling, I think that's okay. Just if you are going on like a year after starting your group and that person is the only one talking, you might want to consider changing direction a little bit. So.
How personal should you be in your group, or only keep to promos and things related to your stuff?
I'll be talking about that in just a minute.
But isn't it important to not ignore the people that actually take the time to sign up for the group? It's much easier just to click on a page. I don't know.
But isn't it important not to ignore the people that actually take the time to sign up for the group? We're not saying to ignore anybody.
I think maybe we said something along those lines. No, you definitely should be paying attention to the people that sign up to the group.
Yeah, we're not saying ignore those people. We're saying, are you sure you're not thinking about the spammers that we were talking about? You might need to, Thea, rephrase that, because you definitely shouldn't be ignoring anybody who's signing up for your group. We're talking about the bots. Like, bots are fake accounts.
What should be the difference between the kind of engagement posts we do in a group versus a business page?
We'll get onto that in just a minute.
Yep. Trying to keep up, in your opinion, which content works better on email, which on Facebook, Instagram in general, at least?
Well,
it kind of depends.
It all varies. You're going to have to there are types of content that do better on different platforms. Obviously, we're not going to get into Instagram and stuff today, but you really just have to know what type of content each platform is designed for. For example, Instagram is not designed for you to post ads like edited photos. It's meant for in the moment snapshots. You just took that photo. Here it is.
Instagram's for nudes.
So Instagram is not for nudes.
Instagram's for them DMs, yo.
So those edited photos don't tend to do as well on Instagram. Email list. Obviously, you want to choreograph those a little bit more, but at the same time, you want them to stay human. You want them to stay natural. So, and then your Facebook group, we'll be getting into the type of content. I just want to make sure that
we're almost done.
All right.
I remembered posting a photo of my cooking with a caption, squash patties now cooking, and someone commented, "What are you cooking?" Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Our military guys, if they're in uniform, how can you see them? Basically, they look like catfishers. Exactly, but kind of different. Let's see here. People with only 6 pictures all posted on the same day months ago. I see a ton of those.
Yeah, so those are usually spam too.
Now, keep in mind, and nobody that's a little bit older take offense to this. A lot of older people do stuff like that because they don't understand how Facebook works and they only joined to join your group. We get that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people that didn't have a Facebook before that were other Etsy sellers or sellers on their own websites that didn't use social media at all, but only joined Facebook to join our group. So be careful with that.
Yeah.
Be careful with that one. If they look like they're an older person, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a spammer. So just be careful. Never auto add anyone at spammy and rude. Yes, it is. I hate when anytime, even when she adds me to groups, I see somebody added me to a group. I'm like, what? Stop. But it's usually memes. Are you saying to ask questions to people requesting to join a VIP group? Yes.
Your group on Facebook, yes. There are questions that you can ask them. They're automatic when they click to join. It automatically asks them questions. It's actually a newer feature. So when you actually are in your Facebook group, you should see that in your options. It'll say ask like members a question, and it'll be in your like top toolbar. So that's something new that you can add to make sure that you're not just adding everyone, possibly spammers and things. You're actually adding real people.
What do you do when family members add their friends in an effort to help, but they may not be my target audience? Just if they're not going to be your target audience, they're probably not going to engage and they're going to ignore your content. So
yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. Just let it go.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I've been added to groups before and had to unadd myself. It depends on the type of group. Some groups, when somebody adds you, it adds you automatically. Some groups, when somebody adds you to a group, it says so-and-so invited you to like this group. Or this. That's for pages. That's for pages, not groups. Groups, you can add. Pages at requests add. Some of my family are best customers. They pay full price even.
Yeah, and that's But that's good. You just have to consider that with a lot of brands, family isn't your target market. For me, my mom is like the only person in my family who I think would fall into my target market. So, but if you've got a brand that your family is your target market, that's fine. You have to consider that a lot of your family isn't. If I created like big gaudy jewelry, my grandma probably wouldn't wear it,
They said, I would rather spend time engaging with people who specifically show interest in what I'm doing than posts on a page that nobody seems to really respond to.
I would rather
see. The thing is it's kind of 50-50. You can still engage with specific people, but at the same time, you still have to be marketing your product. Right. So you still have to have a place to post your content. If it's 100% through an email list or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, I don't want a Facebook group. But the thing is it doesn't hurt you either. It's one of those things that, like, if you have an extra 10 minutes a day, go and make a Facebook group or go and make a post on your Facebook group, engage with a couple of people and be done. Like, it really doesn't require that much effort.
And let's go ahead, and I know that we probably
we have like one more.
Okay. Cause
should we message new members and welcome them and thank them? No. You're going to get overwhelmed real quick. We have like 4,000 people in the alpha group now.
I have almost 3,000 in the Art by Starla Moore group.
Yeah, there's no way you can keep up with that. So don't bother with that. You can make posts.
Tag them all.
Like if you absolutely feel required to do that once a month, you can make a post like, hey, everybody, say hello to all our new members. You don't have to tag them specifically. Just say, welcome to our group. Here's thanks to all of our new members. This is what's going to be coming up at the next month. Blah, 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 blah.
All right.
What would you do? Good starting post when opening a group, so it wouldn't be empty.
When you first open your group, I would just start by posting engaging topics. Make sure that you're getting people talking, and we'll be talking more about that in just a minute. All right.
Now we're through the questions.
Okay. So what to post? This is what everybody's waiting for, and why your group is pretty much different than your Facebook page. And I think that that's where a lot of people get confused, because they say, well, I just want to have a Facebook page because people aren't going to engage in my group. The thing is, your group should not be about advertising your products. And when I sent that email today, I said the thing that 99% of Facebook business groups do wrong, that's what they do wrong. They use their group to promote their product rather than the message behind the product. So I think that that's where people get really confused, is they think, wow, I can make this group and then I can just post more ads. But people aren't going to join.
Here's my thing, buy it.
Yeah, people aren't going to join your group to see more ads. They want something that is unique, and they want to kind of connect with you as a person. That's what your group is there for. And, people say, well, if you're not using your group to advertise, then how are you making sales? Because people remember you. They're remembering you as a person. They know that you are the mastermind behind this business. And then when you do have an event like a sale or a new product launch, that's when you can talk about it in your group. But you're not in there advertising every single day. Otherwise, it just becomes another place that people get thrown ads. We see 5,000 ads between TV, radio, internet ads, the things that are on the side of your Facebook page, magazines, newspapers. We see 5,000 ads a day. And this has gotten to the point where our brains have literally had to evolve to filter out most of that content.
Like when you're scrolling through Facebook, I'm sure some of you have noticed, the majority of you have the ability to just skip an ad post automatically. Like you don't even look at it. Like every other post, you take like a half second to look at it and see what it is. You just scroll right past the ads.
Our brains, and this comes,
when you're not in the mood to look at them.
For anybody, I know that I recommended the book, The Organized Mind. A couple of you guys have picked it up. That book kind of talks more about this subject. But yes, our brains are literally having to evolve because we can only take in so much data a day. Our brain is not designed to do what we are expecting it to do. That's why we have to create extensions of our brain, like cell phones that hold all of our phone numbers and
physical
contacts.
Coupons, because you can't remember that Arby's is having a 5 for 5 sale.
Notebooks, places where you're taking notes, things like that. Those are all extensions of your brain because we're trying to cram too much into our head than what our brain is designed to remember.
Oh, I can remember anything.
Our brain is designed to know how to hunt, how to collect food, how to breed, how to stay safe, how to build a shelter. Those are the things that our brains are designed to teach us how to do. Basically, how to keep us alive. They're not designed to remember, how to do taxes. They're not designed to remember all of the things that we're trying to cram into it. So when you are just posting more ads in your Facebook group, you are not giving anyone a reason to be there. You're not giving anyone value, and you're showing your customers that you don't value them enough to post something unique that they actually find useful to them. So what should you be posting in your group? First of all, obviously, discussions. You want to get people involved with the message behind your brand, not just the product. Every single product has a message behind it. For me, you know what? When I first started my business, making my fantasy keys, I'll admit, I was 19 years old and I was just making something that I thought looked cool. And my main primary focus was making money. That was the direction of my brain. And it stayed that way for about 2 years. Make money, make cool things.
No one ever makes a business without the purpose of making some kind of
profit. And that's okay.
Whether that's emotional or money.
Right.
There's a profit to be made. If you're a nonprofit organization helping crack babies, your profit is the satisfaction you get from doing that. You don't just come up with an idea to do something without wanting a profit. So there's nothing wrong with that.
But the thing is, later, everyone starts that way, wanting to make money, but later on, I kind of realized that just being out to make money wasn't a service to the people who I wanted to make that money from. I wasn't really serving them.
You're not going to make the best product.
Right. I was just, it wasn't necessarily that. I was just selling to them. But then things in my life started happening. He got hurt. The living 3,000 miles away from family. I was pretty much, he was gone so much because he was gone all day, like 16 hours a day
or more.
And I was the equivalent of the single mom with a husband that I just never saw because he was in the military and was working constantly. Life was so chaotic when I had my daughter at that time was a toddler, and I felt like I was all alone, and I was trying to juggle life and a business and do this fitness thing. And, it made me realize that this whole chaotic life thing is so common with so many people, where they're just juggling everything. And the overwhelm gets to the point where you have to lock yourself in a room just to get like 5 minutes of quiet. And I thought to myself, you know what? I know that to me, my keys represent this reminder. They represent this to me, this freedom, this reminder. I am ranting.
Can you not? I don't want that. Put your butt away.
To me, my
keys... She looked at me, cooed, and stuck her butt in the air. God.
You wrecked my rant, Toodles. No, we don't want that. Anyway, to me, I realized that the product meant so much more to me. It didn't start that way, but later it meant so much more to me than just making money. And I realized that most of my fans, my target market, because we were the oddballs, we were the fantasy lovers, the kids who were picked on in school, that was us. That's our little club. That became what my group was about, where, maybe these people, these grown adults, don't want to talk about their obsession with Harry Potter and, Lord of the Rings and their favorite color dragon. Maybe they don't want to post that kind of stuff on their timeline because they're afraid that they're going to be judged. Maybe they don't want to chat about that kind of things there. Maybe they don't want to have a big argument about what the best fantasy novel was. But in my group, they can go there for that because it's safe and everyone there is the same and we're all like-minded and we share the same interests. And that's what my group is about. And then when I'm ready to release a product, my fans are so connected to me because I'm so in tune with them that I launch that product and it sells out within 30 seconds. That is why a group is so much more powerful than just having a Facebook page where you advertise. You create a genuine connection with another human being who you share a common interest with. Even if you're not in the same target market as your customer, you should at least have an understanding of what they value and what they need from you and what they need you to do. So that's why groups are so important. And that's where most people get it wrong, because they think that this group is going to be the answer and they're going to advertise and people are going to see their posts, but they're not thinking of the people in the group. They're not giving those group members anything to value or a reason to like them. You're just another ad machine, and there are enough of those. No one wants that. People want to connect with other human beings. There's such a disconnect in the world with human beings right now where there is, nobody's connecting. And I think that it's important. So hopefully that helps. And then the things that you should be posting in your group. Sorry, a little bit ranty there. Engage in content. Post discussions. Like I said, if there's a value or a moral or a message or something that can bring your whole community together, make the group about that message and start discussions about it. The products will be tied in later. The products will sell themselves if you're surrounding the group around that message. And then obviously you can spoil your group members, give them things that you're not posting everywhere else. Make exclusive giveaways that only take place in your group. Make special, discounts. Oh, this is a 1-day members only discount because, like, for example, I did one on my birthday. I said, well, I turned 26, so I'm going to give you guys 40% off today because I feel like it. And I made, how much money? We made like $3,000 on that little sale. I didn't even think it was going to be that big of a deal, but we made like $3,000 in a day. So
sorry if I look distracted. I'm spacey today. Spacing out.
So, all right. So
suggestions on how to pick a name.
How to pick a name for your VIP club. You just have to think about your target market. Think about the name of your brand and try to connect some type of name that they're going to be proud to call themselves. For example, my Key Club, they love being called the Keepers. And it's to the point, they made that name. I didn't. I called it Key Club Members, and they shortened it to Keepers. And now we even have Key Club, like I'm a keeper.
Somebody suggested that while one of our main competitors was still in business, and we had to say no for a while, and then they went out of business, and we decided it was okay.
Right. They had been asking about it for a long time, but that's one of our competitors used a very similar name for their business, and we told our group no, but they went out of business. So after like a year and a half of them being out of business, we went in that direction by fan demand. So ask your fans, what do you guys do? A vote. Here's a couple of different name ideas. Which one do you guys like best? What would you be proud to be called? My peeps are the free spirits. That's a good one. I like that. All right. So you want to go ahead and scroll up?
There really weren't many questions.
Make sure that
I don't think there were actually any questions. One thing was my most engaged photos on Instagram have nothing to do with my business. They're all nice guys with quotes.
That's fine. Instagram is a totally different world. I think that with Instagram, people really do like the quotes and the things that make them feel.
It's the same principle as the Facebook page, though. Like
they're following you.
What you used an example, the post your cats, post your dogs stuff. Like you're just getting people to engage with you and realize that you're still a human being.
Right.
They're still engaging. So it's not negative either way.
I think that that's fine. It's if people are following you for the quotes, then they're also the people that will just happen to see, a post about your products. So
you go through your email list and remove members that only have 2 or 3 stars. We just started filtering, but not 3 stars.
Yeah, no, not 3 stars and not even 2 stars. For your email list, I recommend removing members with 2 stars. And then with 1 star, remove those members with 1 star. Those are the ones that aren't really engaging with your content. However,
look at the amount of time that they've been in your group too, though. If they've only been to your email list for a week and they're a 1 star, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, don't
they
remove
just
them.
Joined your group.
Yeah, your email list. When I would give them like 2 months. And then if they haven't engaged at all with you in 2 months, delete the 1 stars. And then if you really want to filter out like the 2 stars to save money, because MailChimp does charge you after you breach 2,000 members. I think that altogether between my 2 email lists, I'm paying $70, which isn't too bad.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but if you want to keep it cheaper and you want to delete some members, what I recommend doing is picking all of your 2-star subscribers on MailChimp and sending what's known as a breakup email. I don't have any examples of that, but if you Google breakup email, you can usually find a good idea.
I use MailMonkey. Wait, MailChimp.
I called it. What's funny is I called it that when I first started using it. I kept calling it MailMonkey too.
Where are the stars?
When you look at your list,
she said, "Oh, MailChimp."
Yeah, MailChimp. Yeah, when you look at your list, you'll see.
Put a quote with one of your products as the background.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just make it like mostly transparent.
All right.
See, when I prompt people to join my group, I say to join my constellation, join here, but I still don't have a name for them. Stars is just too cheesy.
Maybe think of some different astrological signs. I would maybe just Google astrology words and then look through a big list of different words related to that. I know when I used to write books, and I know I have a lot of like weird things that you guys don't know. I almost had a book published a few years ago, but I used to look up just lists of words that were associated.
Comets.
Yeah, like
the comets. Comets, meteors.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So just Google like astrology words or space words, and you could usually find a pretty good list. All right.
I'm not sure how to ask people to join. I just post it in Facebook or on my Etsy page or?
Etsy, I would post it if you are doing my SSAR email swipe files, which you can watch the video called 4 Messages to Send Your Etsy Customers video from a couple weeks ago. You could include your group in one of your SSAR swipe files. I wouldn't post your group on Facebook or on Etsy. I would post your VIP club and say, join my VIP club, like your email list, to get this exclusive discount. But for your group, I think we already discussed this a little bit. Post photos of a collection or an upcoming collection or a giveaway and say, the only way to get access to this giveaway is by joining my group. Or if you want a reminder when this new collection is about to launch, join my group. Rather than linking your shop, link your group. So
there haven't been anymore. People are saying like supernovas. I would just call them novas. Supernovas is too long.
Keep Club is long. Keepers. Nah, I guess it's not. Stardust.
You want to make sure it rolls off the tongue.
Tree Club and Saplings. I think it's cute.
I like that.
I think that's cute. I think that's really cute, especially for
your. I put it before you buy graphic in my listings in my second pick with instructions on how to open it in a new tab.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. I do that. I actually don't do that in my listings, but I recommend doing it in my listings. The only reason I don't do it in my listings is because I also send it in my SSAR swipe files.
You might have said already, but it does seem easier to get people to your group or to a mailing list. Or does it seem easier to get people to your group or a mailing list?
I don't think that there's like an easier one. People prefer different things.
Yeah, there's a complexity to both.
Yeah, people are going to prefer different things. Some people think that the groups are gross and they don't want to join them. Some people think that email lists are gross and they don't want to join them. So that's why it's good to have both, because some people prefer Facebook. Some people don't even look at their email. In fact, up until a couple years ago, when I started my email list, I did not use my email for anything at all. I didn't even look at it. So
I opened a group, had a giveaway, and now it's crickets. It's difficult. It gets difficult finding things to post about when no one is responding. Post less ads and more personal material that gets people to engage.
Right. You know what? The most engaging thing that I post in my group is I will do like, it's brag about your dog Tuesday. Post a picture of your dog.
And you guys have seen it. We do it in the alpha group too.
No, we don't do that in the alpha group. The post your pet. No, that's all our best.
That was all in the Our Best Star of the Market.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Post something that lets people brag about something that they're passionate about. Like say, hey, I'm on Netflix right now and I'm really looking for a good movie. What's your favorite movie on Netflix? Or, oh, I'm looking for a good book to read. People love giving their suggestions about things that they're passionate about. So though people might not be responding when you say, oh, do you think my next collection should be foxes or owls? You might hear crickets because they're not passionate about that. But when you say, hey, what is your favorite movie? Or show me a photo of your dog. People are selfish. I mean, that's just how we are. By nature, we're selfish and we want everyone to see our dog and our cat and we just want to show the world because we're proud.
I don't care.
You're probably not their target market, sweetie. Whose target market are you? Video games?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Whose target market? I don't know. Women.
Women. Video games?
Just women.
Just women? No. I don't think so. But you want to give them something that they can brag about that's important to them. You got to think about them. Don't think about yourself as much until it's like time to launch a product line or you actually have something about your products like sneak peeks. Really think about them and what they're going to be interested in talking about. You want to keep up the discussions because that's going to ensure that your group is actually showing up in more news feeds.
Grandma in a box. She said I spelled that wrong. No, actually, we do spell it with a Y.
Mm-hmm.
Keyper.
No, yeah, it's like key because it's Key Club. Keeper. All right. Yeah.
Keep going. We don't have any questions.
Is that it?
Yeah, we don't have any questions.
Are we really done? There's no questions?
You don't have any? I thought you had more to do. Okay.
No, that was it. The last thing was what most people do wrong is promoting their products in their group nonstop rather than giving people something to value. And that's where
shame on you.
That's where
to the gulag.
That's where I went on with my ranting. So is it a bad thing to put people from your page into your group? No, not at all. You want them in both places. It's not a bad thing. I
think she meant like automatically adding them to your group. Like that are on your page, just taking all those people and adding them.
I don't think you can do that unless they're on your friends list. I would ask
if you can do that, I wouldn't do that without asking.
Yeah, don't ever add anyone to your group, like just adding them.
I don't know about you, but if you see that you and 480 other people have
been added
to this group, I'm going to automatically leave whatever group that is.
Yeah.
Because there's either some fake Jordans or some nudes coming to that stream, and I don't want to see them.
Man, I am a member of so many Lulu Rogue groups, and you know what?
God, boobs target market.
Boobs target market. Domestic, of course, it's domestic plasma.
She was talking about whose target market am I?
Oh.
Boobs don't have a target market.
Boobs don't have a target market.
That's my target market.
Unless they're your friends. Yes. Yeah.
Your friends' boobs.
No.
That's weird.
I can't work on a Facebook group and keep it in a draft or anything, right? I've just been
Taylor, we are in the middle of a live stream. I'd appreciate it if you didn't bring that downstairs, sweetie. Thank you. It's very loud.
Get the loudest toy that you can. You can't make your Facebook group a draft. You do have to add one member in order to work on it. So just add like your spouse or your mom or your friend, let them know, hey, I need to add you to this group just so I can work on it before I open it to the public. But add somebody in it just so you can work on it. And then you can start advertising it once you get it, where you want it.
Bob's are his friends. Bob's and Vagine. Okay.
I was added to a group and I hated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the cat just fart?
No, I farted minutes ago.
Oh my God. This is our life, you guys.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get these faux chairs, because then it just like soaks up, but then you move.
You guys might watch me die today on the stream live. Have you ever witnessed a death live? I hope not. I really hope not.
Yes.
Well, if you don't count, you're military.
Is it better to build a large email list or build a large number of VIP members?
Both, because you can pass them back and forth from you're in my group and you're in my email list.
You guys are so live.
Yeah, we are very live right now. I'm actually about to die because it stinks. But I thought it was the cat.
I don't care. I'm an adult.
I can fart when I want to.
Anybody thinks that's immature, that's their problem, not mine.
This is our life.
Guess what? What did I eat yesterday?
What did you eat?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
All right. Should I add a week or two of content before opening it? No.
You guys don't have to fill this.
You're way overthinking it. By the time that thousands of people are going to join your group, it's going to be full of crap you've already posted.
Yeah,
It's fine. The first 3 or 4 people are going to be like, why isn't there anything here? But they're not going to leave the group because of it.
Right. Just post a couple things, like make 1 or 2 posts. In fact,
make an intro post. Just make an intro post. Hey, welcome to my new group. I'll be doing this, this, and this.
I would say something like, it's a little bit quiet now, but in the next few weeks, you can expect, and then list all the things that you're going to do with it. Sneak peeks, discounts, giveaways.
Please talk about how to treat your Facebook group members versus your email list.
So Facebook,
the same kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you want to treat your email list and your Facebook group the same, but different content. So for example, in my, say I send out a discount to my email list and I send them a big 40% off coupon. What I would then do is go into my group and say, hey, you guys, did you get my email? I sent you something super duper special, super sneak peek, or some, super awesome secret discount. Be sure to check your email, but don't say what it is in the comments or you'll ruin the surprise. Comment below if you got it. And then everyone will comment, got it, I got it, thank you, I got it. And then the people who see that post, they're going to think, wow, she sent something good. Everyone else has it. Why don't I have it? And then they'll go to their email list and check. And if for any reason those people comment and they say, hey, I didn't get it, you can figure out why they didn't get it. You can tell them to check their spam. You can re-add them to your list. You can see if they weren't a member in the first place last year. So
that one was coming for a while.
You want to post the same, because email list, you can post your sneak peeks and let them know when there's a giveaway and things. But if you're telling your email list, I have this great giveaway going on, that giveaway could be located in your group. Does that make sense? You just have to kind of balance it. You want to spoil both of them. You just don't want to spoil them with the exact same cookie cutter content over and over again. You want to make sure that that it's like a puzzle piece. When you're posting something in your group, you can also send out an email that lets them know. If you're posting a giveaway in your group, you can send them an email that says, be sure to check my group for this giveaway. Or if you're holding a sale, you can say, hey, I just sent a big coupon out to my email list. Be sure to check your email to get it. So you're letting those speak to the, together.
Kind of random, but have you ever done fundraisers for a person battling cancer or something similar? Yes.
Ashley, yes, we have.
Yes, we have. Here's the deal. You don't want to do them too much.
You can't help everyone.
You can't help everybody, and you can't feel bad that you can't help everybody. Just for instance, if you go look up, I forget what the name of the organization is, but the Air Force does it, and it's this like textbook full of organizations that you can donate to, and you can donate right out of your paycheck. There are hundreds of thousands of charitable organizations. For your business, I would honestly, unless you're specifically requested to, I would stay away from those and stick to like specific person. Like, for instance, if you have like your brother's friend or your sister's friend has leukemia or whatever, and they're in the hospital and they have a fundraiser, you can have a fundraiser for that. We did the one for the guy overseas with the dog.
Yeah.
They had a dog overseas. They had to get rid of it
in a war zone,
and they had to get rid of it. And he wanted to have it shipped here, but he couldn't afford it. So we had a fundraiser for that. Stick to fundraiser, and you don't even have to do it for publicity. We don't do it for publicity. We do it because we legitimately like to. We legitimately like to help people. So just stick to like specific requests, and I wouldn't necessarily do it for every single person that asks you to either, because then it's going to be like all your group becomes. People will not stop bugging you.
Unless you have a main charity that you only donate to. For example, with the Handmade Alphas. At that
point, I would just donate a percentage of your sales to an organization if you're going to go that route.
Right. In the long run with the Handmade Alphas, my goal is to start donating to charity water, because they only need, it's like a couple cents to bring gallons and gallons of clean water to.
I'm not going to donate to charity water, though. There's better organizations out there
that do the same thing.
They don't do the same thing. They develop technology for filtering water,
right,
rather than shipping plastic water, which is going to further contaminate the water that they have there. Support engineering companies that are developing technology to give to them, rather than just giving them water. Or donate to both if you can, because they still need the water while they're working on figuring out how to make it better.
Right. So
don't donate to those stupid things that say that they can pull water out of air. It's bullshit and it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that's been debunked.
Fake. Don't donate to those.
Yeah, that's been debunked. And we, as someone who is in the military, we've got some beef with Wounded Warrior Project as well.
Like, they help people. All of those organizations do help people. The Susan G. Komen, all those guys, they help people, but they take a lot more money than they give.
They take a lot more than they need.
They take more than they need. Susan G. Komen, like, it's a ridiculous amount of their money goes to advertising. More money goes into advertising than actually helping cancer patients. Just so you're aware, if you donate to that organization.
And Wounded Warrior Project is
only like 5% of their income actually goes to helping people. It's kind of ridiculous. It should be illegal.
There's way better organizations than Wounded Warrior.
Only donates 101 out of every, because they focus so much on advertising, and that's the kind of crappy thing about being a nonprofit. Susan G. Komen only has 1 penny out of every dollar that actually works. Yeah, see, but the problem is they have to advertise. They're not gonna get big without that kind of advertising budget. But the thing is they're big enough now that they could just stop. They could just stop advertising altogether and just have like their Facebook and their Twitter, pay one dude $50,000 a year to post on Facebook and Twitter, and that would be it. They could donate 100% of their money. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Sorry, ranty. I hate charitable organizations. Most of them are garbage.
Yeah, there are some great ones, but you have to do your research.
Yeah, like 1 out of every 100 is going to be actually worth donating your money to.
Yeah, make sure.
And a lot of them will lie. Like PETA, don't donate to PETA. PETA's horrible. They're just as bad. They euthanize more animals than most shelters do.
Yeah, they do.
Wounded Warrior is a tough one. I like Flush Your House. Yeah, Flush Your House is good. And then there's the one that's
Project 22.
Project 22. They're okay. I haven't done enough research to know. And then there's one that's actually there's one that the Marine Corps actually has that's ran by active duty Marine Corps personnel that donate directly to the families of people that lost Marines and to wounded Marines, but they only do it for Marines. If they don't do it for any other service
That's
branch.
Still good though.
But every branch has something like that.
Yeah.
I do a lot with Project 22. That's good. I was at one of the bases with one of the highest suicide rates, and I believe at one point Beale was the highest suicide rate in the country.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of people kill themselves. Well, I didn't watch it, but a lot of people that I knew died. So
a lot, because it was such a stressful career field.
I mean, you work 16 to 18 hours on a night shift. You never see sunlight. You never get a chance to work out. You can't eat right. Like,
your
whole life just kind of sucks. It's terrifying. But anyway, enough about all that sad crap. Let's be happy, boobs and all that stuff. PETA let loads of dogs out of their crates and vans. Crufts in the UK, and the NEC building is right next to a motorway. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Ooh,
that's like blowing up an abortion clinic. Like what? Like you're counterproductive, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, I lost 4 friends last year alone. Yeah, I see. That's the same thing with like driving with cell phones. God forbid I see anybody driving with a cell phone up to their ear.
Yeah.
She hates it because I open my window and scream at them. I still look forward and pay attention to the road. Keep that in mind.
Ashley continued.
Thanks, Moonstruck Charms.
Ashley, this is for my son's best friend's mom battling stage 4 cancer. Yeah, that's fine, especially if you know where it's going to.
You know where the money's going to.
Right. You know it's not going to be abused.
Misspelled it again.
Mark, it's Mark with a C. Mark with a C. I don't even call him Mark. I call him Anthony because that's what we all call him.
That's what you call me?
That's what I call you. I call you Sweetie, Pookie, Moofy.
Not Daddy.
Daddykins. Because we have a daughter who calls you Daddy, of course.
She calls me Dad. She's already to the point of just calling me Dad, and I don't like it.
Not me, the child who's 6.
Yeah, her.
Dad.
Dear Dad.
Ew.
No. No, our kid. I'm upset because our freaking 6-year-old already just calls me Dad.
Mom, Dad.
I don't get the cute names anymore. She doesn't call you Mom. She calls you Mommy. She calls me Dad.
Dad.
Y'all should be Anthony and Cleopatra for
He's
Halloween.
heard that all his life.
All my life.
All his life.
Mark Anthony.
I always hear Starla is
a stripper.
Yeah, I always hear people say, well, if you wanted to be a stripper, you wouldn't have to change your name.
That's one of the first things my parents, I think it's one of the first things my dad's asked me is, did you get with a stripper? And I said, no, I didn't get with a stripper.
I'm always asked if my name was after the Smashing Pumpkins song, which I do not like. It's a really bad song. I wish that they wouldn't have used my very unique name in that song. And what, Napoleon Dynamite's, what?
The martial arts instructor. You think I get to go home to Starla? I didn't look like this.
And she's all like buff, yeah. And I
see Starla as a pinup girl. She's got that vibe.
Me?
Oh, if only you knew.
Me, who sits at my desk and works 24/7 with my makeup streaking down my face because I didn't wash it off from the night before, and I'm miserable. Yes, I'm so sexy. Okay, let's see.
I do Living Beyond Breast Cancer. I'm fighting now, and they help pay cancer patients' bills and help with counseling.
I heard that's a good one, too.
I like that, too. I'm not a huge fan of the cancer research organizations because the majority of that money just goes to paying for people's lunch.
You just do your research.
If you're not going to, a better thing than donating to cancer research organizations is donating directly to schools that fund or that are funded by those organizations. So like if you fund, like if you're into law, you could give money to Harvard to help study programs. If you are into cancer, any of the colleges that, because most of this research goes down in college campuses, you could donate to a college that actually does cancer research. Like Ohio right now, they just in the news, they just had this thing about cancer treatment that completely got rid of cancerous tumors in mice. It's just a shot that they give and that made the tumors go away. Like, donate to those organizations, donate to the companies that are developing the cures and stuff like that, not to the organizations that are giving to those organizations.
Because they have to advertise too.
Right. Because all they're doing is spending money advertising and then giving a couple pennies to those organizations. Donate directly to schools.
All right, Wendy, finally, we have a question. Yay. I have a Facebook page right now. Should I create a group with the exact same name? Will people get confused by why I created another thing to join? No, I would give them a unique name that kind of goes along with your business name. So for example, my group name is, because my page is Art by Starla Moore, which I hate that name, by the way. I'm just stuck with it. But
you can have your old last name back. That's fine.
No, I hate the Art by Starla Moore. I wish I would have picked a better name when I was 19 years old. But So it's called Art by Starla Moore, but my group is called the Art by Starla Moore Key Keepers Club. So you want to give it a unique name. Don't just create like the exact same name. Give it something unique that has to go along with your brand message. All right. Let's see. I've literally just started a Facebook page, so it's only me that likes it so far. Would you suggest posting work in progress and interesting posts on that until I can generate enough interest to start a group? Lori, if I were you, because it's going to be really hard for people to find you organically starting out, what I would do to get people to pay attention to your page altogether, down below this video, if you haven't already, join the Handmade Alpha VIP Club, get my ebook, which covers how to gain a fanatical following of fans on Facebook by hosting giveaways. Host a giveaway, post that giveaway in a bunch of like, have your friends share it on your timeline. I recommend there's a bunch of groups on Facebook that are about giveaways. Like if you get on Facebook and you just type giveaway and then filter groups, you'll find groups that are just for giveaways. Now, granted, you're probably only going to get a couple people that are in your target market to, enter that giveaway. But what's going to happen is it's going to snowball over time. That way, the next time you host a giveaway, they'll share it. Because right now, Facebook pages are a lot harder than they were when I started. When I started, everything was chronological. Everyone who liked your page saw your content, and you could easily have like your friends share a picture and gain a bunch of, fans that way. You can't do that anymore because Facebook isn't prioritizing page content the way that they used to. So you really have to get people in there engaging, even if they're not your target market. What matters when you first start out is getting that engagement. That way you're actually building a following. And if only like 5 out of 100 of those people are your target market, you're doing better than if you were just on your page posting, to no one. If you don't have anyone already looking at your page, no one's going to see what you're posting anyway. So it's usually best to just try the giveaway tactic. Even if you only get a few fans in the beginning, it's like rolling that snowball. You start off with a little snowball and you roll it and you pick up a few fans as you go, and you build that momentum until the snowball gets bigger. And it takes a lot of time. But if you're giving them something valuable and you're giving them a reason to pay attention to you, then in the long run, you're going to build more fans as time goes along. And for me, the most effective thing that I've ever done is host giveaways when I really, really was going through a dry spell. And that's what that ebook down below does. So I need to find an article about these more recent Facebook changes. It depends on how recent. Oh, you mean the thing with the whole Zuckerberg thing? That's
basically, people are finding out that if you download your Facebook information, that there's a lot more in there than people realized. But those are all people that didn't read the terms and conditions. Neither did I. But that's kind of the thing. When if you don't read them, then don't be surprised when they're taking more information than what you expected them to take. Like, oh, they store my Facebook messages, or they store my text messages, even though I don't have Messenger. Well, when you install the Facebook app, it says Facebook would like permissions to use your contacts, to use your Messenger, to do blah, blah, blah. Like, it's all there. You agree to all of it. So, and the privacy and how your posts are seen. Oh, well,
Oh, you mean how your posts are seen?
You're not talking about, okay.
We did a Q&A about that. It's called, is this the end of Facebook marketing or something? So if you missed that one, be sure to go back because we talk about the Facebook changes and how page reach has been influenced. So be sure to go back and watch that. All right, guys. Oh, well, I make hand-painted coasters. Should I call them Coaster Keepers Club? Just kidding. Do you have any ideas as to what to call the group? For coasters, you could call them, that's one of those things that you're really going to have to think about. I don't want to give you suggestions because I don't know
customers.
Yeah, I don't know your target market.
Drawball asked to draws good.
Drawball draws. For your group name, yeah, that would be fine. I wouldn't call them. That's not what I would call your group members. I would find a different name for your group members as well, because it's a little bit lengthy.
I made mine Grandma's Sweetie Pie Circle and then figured them calling them Sweetie Pies.
That's cute.
I like that, but you better be doing some like stereotypical granny stuff.
Yeah, because that would be cute.
Like, not here I come to pinch your cheeks again. Here's this such and such coupon.
Yeah, you should like
you should be really, really corny about it.
Yeah, like
people will find that the cutest thing in the world.
Like work up the grandma persona, like do like the stereotypical grandma thing, and people will love that. That's really cute. People like it when you do like a little persona, you know, for your brand. If you were like going to be like their grandma, grandma's going to spoil you.
Yeah, you could post like a picture of like, say you're posting an ad for a coupon or a product or something like that. You could be like, oh, you got something on your cheek, and have, you know, a picture of a grandma licking her thumb to wipe it off the cheek. But she's wiping off like the coupon there on the side. Like you could make it really corny and cute.
I baked you some cookies today, but then have the coupon like in the middle of like a picture of a plate of cookies.
Exactly. Make it really stereotypical. Everyone can see you, Taylor.
Come here, Taylor. No. Did you guys see that?
I'm 51, have 6 grandbabies, and have no idea how to be a typical grandma. Just Google stereotypical grandma things.
Yeah,
just Google that exact term, and you'll come up with stuff. It would be creative.
Yeah,
and if you don't know what stereotypical grandma stuff is, you're probably already doing it. So just be yourself. That's how stereotypes work. If you don't know what it is, then you're probably it. That's how it is.
What I think is stereotypical grandmas, which is not like my grandma at all. My grandma doesn't.
No, her grandma owns like a metal bar.
But when I think of a stereotypical grandma, I think of like baking cookies and an apron.
She cooks the best dinner ever.
The gray curly hair.
She's nice until she drinks.
I don't know about what grandma you've.
None of mine. None of my grandmas drink.
None of your grandmas. I don't know. It would be cute.
One of my grandmas is just awesome. The other one is like a tiny little Italian lady that cooks the best food ever. So.
If grandmas rock out to Rage Against the Machine, that's how my grandma is. My grandma's like, she owns a metal bar.
Do other stuff, lol. Yeah.
Let's see.
I know what you're talking about.
I have a dozen grandkids. Yep. And I'm a silly grandma, and customers seem to love that.
Exactly. See, they love that. Just be your freaking self. There's always something cute about being yourself, especially once you get over like 40 years old. Just be yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to. You're not like the high school kid who's like, oh, my hair has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect.
You've realized that the world sucks, so you just try to be nice and make it better. Just be that.
People like that. People feed into that a lot.
I'm still a Bob Seger lover. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, my dad called the other day, and she's super happy about it because we're going to go see a concert. Who are we going to see, sweetheart?
Ted Nugent.
She's not excited about it at all.
Oh, Ted Nugent.
Everyone in my real life community calls me mom.
That's cute, though.
I mean, I had friends like that. Like my buddy Kyle's mom, he passed away, but like everybody that we hang out with is younger, and we all call her mom, even though she's not obviously none of our mom, but.
That's good. That shows that you have a good connection with them, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't wait to be a rocker granny. See, that's what kind of scares me is that I listen to like the most hardcore shit, and I can't wait until I'm like 65 and kids are calling it like, oh, this music sucks, Grandpa.
65 isn't. I don't think that 65 isn't.
That's the year when you stop listening to new music at all.
That you just stop.
You just stop. You know what you like. I'm done keeping up with it. No, I think that comes much earlier because I'm already almost to that point.
Yeah.
Like
you darn kids and your new techno
like I said,
metal.
music is just getting lazy. That's it. You listen to how rock went and how now metal is. It's just open zeros, chugged along with a little sweep here and there, and then screams that are unintelligible. Rap went from poetry over like bass beats. No, that's not even it anymore. It's just
beeping.
It's mumbling and beeping. Like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Music is just lazy. That's all it is. Music just gets lazier because we're humans.
Here he goes.
Ugh. I hate modern music.
My dad.
I still listen to Pink Floyd, and I'm working with my band to do a Pink Floyd cover.
He loves
because
Pink
you know
Floyd.
What? They were creative. They orchestrated their music. It wasn't just open zeros and mumbling.
Maybe someday Mr. Moore will play y'all a little ditty.
Probably not.
That happens at 30.
So many songs are being remade. Same with video games and movies. Nobody is original. Everyone is freaking lazy.
Who did that Cranberries song that was so good? Bad Wolves?
Little.
The best cover that we've seen in a long...
I'll post the link in here because it was really good.
Yeah, we found it really good. If you guys like
Cranberries did a...
Bad Wolves did it. There it is.
Yeah, Bad Wolves, Zombie. It's already muted.
They did a really good job. So if you guys like covers,
you want to watch that afterward, it's metal. Just keep that in mind.
It's not even metal.
It's not really metal, no. But it's an amazing cover.
It was the day that they recorded
Disturbed Sound of Silence. We saw that live. That man's voice is beautiful.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great singer. I've seen them live twice. I saw them once before he and I got together with Slipknot and Dragon Force and Mastodon, and they were really good. My favorite band is Bayside, if anybody's wondering. I've seen them live 3 times.
My favorite band is Lamb of God, for sure.
Yeah, we're a musical family. All right, guys. So are there, I know we went rambling again. Here we went. And we still have 128 viewers. Do you guys have any last minute questions about Facebook groups, or are you guys wanting to hear our music interests? Because he could
probably... Any other random questions that don't have to do with business? We can go for another 15 minutes. I can rant. Anybody want to post something I can rant about?
No, please don't ebb him on, because then it's just going to get bad.
I'm only 30 and I already complain about kids' music these days. I'm 26.
Yeah.
I'm 26 and I still complain about it.
I don't.
My favorite new band is Shaman's Harvest. Old band is Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy's great. What's the difference between what we should post for engagement on Facebook page versus group?
So Facebook, I mean, you could do a little bit of both. I feel like when you're posting on your page, you're not going to really expect people to keep up a conversation with you. So if you want to post something that you want just a one word or a single response for example, on your Facebook page, you might say, what's your favorite movie? And they would just list their favorite movies. Their engagement is going to be in one comment because they're probably not going to come back and chat with you. However, in your group, you can get more in depth. So what's your favorite movie? They'll post their answer. You can comment back and say, wow, that's really interesting. I haven't seen that. Why did you like it? So you want to keep up that conversation and get really, really deep into conversation with them in your group. Whereas on your page, you're creating that engagement, but don't expect in-depth discussions to take place. It's going to be harder because people don't want to chat on a page. They'll chat with you in a group. So your Death Punch singer, House of the Rising Sun, Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah, we like them too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite bands too. What's funny is that's considered one of the worst covers in history.
I love it.
And anybody that's interested that likes Lamb of God, they're actually releasing a cover album later this year under their old name, Burn the Priest. It's the whole album is just covers. I'm struggling to finding my target market. Can you talk about how to do that?
Well, with your target market, the thing is you really have to think about not just like what they look like and how old they are and things like that. Because a lot of the times I think that when you think of your target market, what most people do is they think too hard about like the raw demographics. Like, oh, well, my person is ages blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. And their income is blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. Taylor, take your toy upstairs, please. It's loud. She keeps bringing loud.
It's not funny.
She keeps bringing like the loudest robot toys. She can come down here. We just don't
Nirvana's cover of Lead Belly's Where Did You Sleep Last Night is amazing. That's one of the first songs I learned on guitars. I love that song. Anyway,
but with finding your target market, rather than trying to think about those raw demographics, I think that the more important question you should be asking about is their morals and their values, because what I found is that people can have different age ranges and still be your target market. My demographic is so vastly different. I have like teenagers who like my products. I have, women in their 80s who like my product. So I don't like to think of it like that. Yes, I do have a primary demographic. I do have an age range where most of my customers fit in. But what matters most to me is what they find valuable. Like, what are their actual morals and their values? I do have a video on target markets. It is called Who the Heck Are My Etsy Customers, I think. And it's from a long time ago. It's from like last summer. But if you scroll through and find that video, I talk a little bit more about it. But really focus on what their actual morals and values and what they find important to them are. If you make wooden signs with quotes, for a country cottage style house, and everything that you have is like, that farmhouse decor, you can obviously think about the things that a person like that would value. Like they value that kind of shabby chic look and restoration and making a cozy home. And they probably value family, because most people who want to have a home like that, they want to do like the Paula Deen kitchen style home where they're having, everyone sitting down for dinner together, and the American dream style family. That's something that they value. So you could talk about things like that, and it's also really good to, if you've got a magazine that you can grab that kind of ties in with your target market. For example, there's like a bunch of fantasy magazines that I could, subscribe to, or you could just pick up a single copy of that magazine and see what kind of articles are being posted in that magazine. That's usually a good way that you can kind of research further into your target market. So think more about what they value and less about like how old they are and how much money they make. Obviously, if you make like gold encrusted cell phone cases, you shouldn't be trying to sell to, 18-year-old girls in high school, because they probably can't afford like a gold encrusted cell phone case. But don't think so much about like the money and the financial aspects.
Random question. What are your thoughts on Twitch? I hate them. They're hypocrites.
Twitch,
they're hypocrites.
Oh,
we don't want girls showing their boobies in our streams, but here's $4,000 a quarter to show your boobies in our streams. They're hypocrites.
Twitch.
Go to Pornhub if you want to put your boobies all over the TV screen.
Kendall, it depends on what you want to use Twitch for, because they have like an artisan.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Twitch itself, but yeah, the artisan thing's pretty neat. I think Tamara used it at one point, didn't she?
She did. She had to game so many hours in order to keep it. I think that it depends.
I think it's different now that they have the artisan thing.
Yeah.
Because she didn't do it when they had that.
Kendall, it depends on what you want to use it for. Are you using it to like for gaming? Are you using it to watch? Are you using it for your art?
Yeah. What context are you asking?
Because you really got to think about your target market in that case. If you're using Twitch, like, is your target market the type of person who's going to sign up for a Twitch account? For me, yes, because I make keys with dragons and epic things, and a lot of people in my demographic, play video games. That's something that they value. Because
in our second channel, where it's probably going to be mostly me playing video games, but she's probably going to play some video games too.
Well, we're going to
do some challenges. Yeah, we're going to have a gaming channel specifically.
So. We have 2 upcoming challenge.
We have like 4 channel ideas, because I want to do like a video game reviews channel, and we want to do like a gaming together channel. We want to do one where it's just like random vlogs and challenges and
goofy stuff.
More
like for that. You guys.
Once the course is done and we're completely done and we have the free time to do that, that's when we'll do that. I'm probably going to start up my guitar. I want to start doing covers online. I'll probably post that up on here.
I do need to know, guys, have any of you sent anything to our PO box? We know that we have one from Amber Maria on the way. The reason that we
haven't received anything yet. Even the ones that we know that have sent them, I know that the drawing of Bubbers was sent like 2 Saturdays ago, and it's still not here.
So we're probably going to go after this stream and talk to the post office, because we have handmade alphas on our PO box. But if you guys are addressing it to the handmade alphas, that might be where it's getting stuck, and they might just be holding the packages up there. So we want to make sure that if you guys are, because we're going to do unboxings not live, but recorded unboxings on this channel, so we can decorate our alpha wall with the products that you guys are sending us. So if you've sent us anything, be sure to let us know. That way we can tell them, we're expecting this many packages, and they haven't arrived yet. And until then, though, I think that our PO box might be in the down below.
If you think it's down below, you probably forgot to put it.
I probably did. Yeah, it's not.
You forgot to put it down there.
I would hold off a few weeks if you were planning on sending us something. Wait until next week's Q&A when we give you guys the okay to send those products.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that they're just not shoving stuff, because there was still mail from the previous PO box owner's name in the box when we got it. So
right.
My daughter's only 17 and loves Pink Floyd. It's kind of a universal music. Like, there's no reason to not like it. It's just kind of like chill rock.
Elena,
your keepers always get 30% off.
Yes. So my 30% off coupon, here's the thing. What I like to do with my automatic discount.
Price high, discount low.
Well, yeah, price high, discount low. That's what Renee Christine teaches all of us. But what I like to do is I send out that 30% off coupon right when they join my email list. However, when I kind of let them know, hey, I did my product launch today and I'll turn my head and look the other way if you guys use your Key Club coupon, or, my whole shop is on sale with Etsy on sale, but you guys can double dip today and use your 30% off coupon on top of that sale, which you have to use an external app. I've got a video called Etsy Double Dip that you guys can watch if you want to know how to hold sales like that. But yeah, I don't really, it's like it's supposed to be for a one-time use, but they feel really spoiled if you let them know like, oh, you can use it. You can go ahead and use it like whenever you want. I don't care. They feel really spoiled when you do that.
I was just curious because I knew both of you were gamers. I noticed Amazon was pushing it. Doesn't Amazon own Twitch now? I believe Amazon owns Twitch. And go away, Dio. Starla, what do you do with the initial coupon that's sent as a welcome mail? Do they keep using it?
Yeah. I don't care if they keep using it. The thing is,
who cares?
Yeah, the Black Friday double dip. Yeah, the thing is, you should be pricing high enough that you should be just happy that you're getting that sale price high enough that every sale is a celebration, whether or not they use that coupon or not. If you're issuing a coupon and there is any resistance at all, your prices are too low. You should not be offering a coupon that you don't want people to use. It's not productive, because if you're taking a loss, then you shouldn't be issuing a coupon that steep. Right. Make sure that you're pricing high enough to offer those discounts, because that's where a majority of your sales are going to come from.
You want to price high enough that you can give a good enough discount where they feel like they're actually winning off. Like a 5% coupon, don't price so low that you have to give like a 5% coupon. You should be like between 10 and 30% when you.
Well, the standard is above 10%. That's where you should, that's like the sweet spot.
Otherwise, people don't feel like they're getting that much of a discount.
Right. Unless your products are like $1,000 or something.
What do you mean sniper or shotgun, dude?
Block him. He's a freaking.
No, I'll let him go. I want to hear your opinion, Dio random text.
Spammer.
Why? Why, Dio?
When I'm setting prices, I factor in the highest discount I offer and add that into the price. Exactly. That's what I do. You want to factor your whatever discount. And if you have in mid-spring, I'm going to want to do like a 40% off discount. So when you're releasing your, product line, you might want to factor that in. Always keep like discounts in mind when you price your product. Say, well, am I pricing this so low that I'm not going to be able to offer a discount at any given time, or that I'm going to take a loss? You should never take a loss. So, all right, guys. Well, are there any last minute questions before we hop off? It is 1:27. We still have 112 viewers. So if you guys have any last minute questions, we will answer those. Otherwise, we need to head up to the,
post office and give them hell
and figure out where
our stuff is,
where our packages are, because I really want to start doing,
because I want that picture of Bubbers.
He's so excited.
I am.
One of our members sketched a picture of Bubbers, and it's so freaking beautiful, and we want to put it on the wall so everyone can admire it, and we want to shout her shop out, but we don't know when our packages are going to arrive. So they're either at the post office,
or there's something significantly fudged up.
Well, they're either at the post office, or they put a return to sender, which I hope that they didn't do.
Is there a good way to up prices, because fabric prices went up where I don't get customers upset?
Yeah, so what I recommend,
if it's a permanent increase in prices, you're going to have to increase, and everybody else is going to increase.
The thing is, when there's two ways to increase your prices. You can either do it gradually over time, which that would be like every time you release a new product line, you increase the prices a little bit where people don't notice it all that much, which is what I did. And it took like 4 years to get my prices where I want them. So I don't recommend that as much. Or you let them know, And don't make it like a thing like, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. My fabric prices went up and I have to charge this much. Don't do that. And don't be apologetic.
You own your business.
Turn it into a celebration. Make it an exciting thing that you have to raise your prices and be like, oh, you guys, demand is so high and my business is blown up. I am so grateful for you guys for supporting me and for helping me to get to this point.
Stand by your decisions and defend yourself too.
Well, yeah, but you need to make it a celebration and say, because of this, I'm going to be raising my prices as of next week. So you have 1 week to claim these old prices. Or you can say, you know, for the next week, you can use this coupon to get my old prices. But after a week, this coupon will expire and it will be all the new prices.
Hey, stop it. Hey.
Cat's trying to pull a poster off the wall.
Stop it.
The cat.
Hey! Stop it! You're being a twat. Go away.
He's trying to rip the poster off.
Go on.
I followed that advice and it worked.
What do you do if somebody told you they didn't want to join your email list and just give them the discount?
No.
No, fuck off.
No. You don't do that. If someone says
it's your business.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's like
it's an exchange.
That's like, no, I don't want to take that loan. That interest isn't good. Just give me the loan.
Here's the thing.
No.
There's money attached to that. So literally the discount that you give is like you're paying for their email. There's an exchange. They can't just take. I want with nothing in return. You just say, I'm sorry. The only way, it's an automatic discount code. It emails automatically. You can only get it if you join my email list.
And one thing to be warned about, if they go and make a purchase anyway, but they were extremely aggressive beforehand, it's kind of up to you, but you might want to issue a refund and not ship to them because there's a good chance they're going to give you a bad review for that.
You're allowed to.
It's like
if they're mean, like if
they're mean about it, I wouldn't sell to that person. Honestly, it's not worth the risk. If you really need the money, I guess, but just understand there's an inherent risk of a really bad review for that.
You have the right to say, I don't think I'm a good fit for you. Because if you know that they're not going to be happy, it's better than you getting that bad review.
I just told her that this is my extra special discount for my VIP list.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. You can unsubscribe from a list. So if she wanted to do that in the first place, just subscribe, take the discount, and leave. Like,
right. Yeah.
I offer a 30% coupon. I adjust my prices to be able to make the minimum. I'm okay with it. And I tell them I'll let them use it on their next purchase as well. And then they buy again.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because people like to use that coupon over and over. It's an incentive to keep shopping, you know?
I have a friend that calls people she doesn't like twat waffles. I do too. That's the exact term I use. Just tried that. I feel like I can just say the word twat and it's not that big of a deal, but twat waffles just like aggressive. So I try not to say that on the stream. It's way more aggressive.
That's like something he yells in the car, like if someone cuts him off or like almost wrecks into us, which happens a lot because we live
I say much worse things though.
We live right next to one of like the biggest malls in the area, not just kind of next to it, like right next to it. So,
and I'll be the first to say we live next to a military base and I know how pretentious military members are.
Yeah.
So let's see. I had a reserve product that someone else just bought this morning with a huge order. What would you do? If it was reserved for somebody else, then you refund it and tell them that was reserved. You should put in your listing, if you make a separate listing that's supposed to be reserved, put reserved, do not buy, or something similar in the description of the or in the just a product photo. Just put a product photo reserved for such and such customer or reserved, do not purchase.
Yeah, put it right in the thumbnail.
And then the only thing you put in the description is, if you buy this, I will refund your money and you will receive no product.
Yeah, so I would just message them back. And only good thing is I can remake the product. If it's worth it and you can, and it's not going to put you under, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
But it's a principle thing for me. Because it encourages bad behavior and that person is likely to do it again.
I would notify them though. I would let them know like, hey, I can go ahead and make this for you. I just wanted to give you a heads up that this was a reserved listing just so you can keep an eye out, in the future in case you decide to shop again. My reserved listings look like this. I'll go ahead and make this for you this one time. But just next time be aware. So, yeah. All right, guys. We're down to 95 viewers, so we're going to go ahead and head out. That way we can go to the post office, figure out what's going on, order to Japan. Then maybe they couldn't, maybe the translation was bad.
I'm thinking she's saying it's for an order to Japan. I'm thinking she said the product was reserved for a Japanese customer. Who the hell knows? Either way, it's totally up to you. If you specifically had on that listing that it was a reserved product, then my personal opinion, I would just refund it and tell them to go away.
Not go away, because they spent a lot of money in our shop too. If they bought other things,
it's a principles thing. If simple people can't follow simple instructions, then they can just go jump off a bridge. But that's all we can do for the stream. You know, ready to go. I'm ready to go get like a sandwich or something. Not really. I'm not hungry.
All right, guys.
Want some ramen.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this has encouraged you, especially my little like rant in the middle, 13 bookmarks. Yeah, they ordered a lot. So
quite a bit. I mean, that's cool. If you can remake it, keep the money, but I would still let them know, especially if you specifically put in the listing that it was reserved. I would kind of give them like a nice, you know, not a paddle on the butt, but maybe a little smack, you know,
a little firm talking to, but
a little firm,
just so they know.
A good game with a bad message, you know. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have fun creating some groups. We will be giving you guys some updates on the Academy. Hopefully in the next week or so. We are in the final stages of the website. I still have some recording to do. We do not have a date yet. I keep telling you guys that, but we will have one very soon.
I'm still in the process. I had to completely delete every single page on the website, thanks to the theme that we use, updating and completely breaking our website.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So we will have more details on that soon, as soon as we, get finished with it. Anyway, guys, thank you. Happy Easter, everyone, and we will see you hopefully next week. Bye.
Bye. That was fun.